Greetings, I hope y'all are having a great day, and I hope you keep turning up on your purpose. I did just want to get on here and talk a little bit about making sure that you are confident in your abilities, and when it's time to use those abilities, you let your light shine, essentially, right? I just came from the jazz club, and I got to play with a group of musicians, very talented group, guitar, piano, drums, bass, and I was on the conga drum. And I had a great time. I love playing, I love collaborating, and one of the things that I was thinking about when I looked at my past, there was a good amount of time that I spent self-conscious in my own abilities, right? And whenever I've come across people that saw me play the conga drum and do what I could do on music, they complimented me, right? They enjoyed my playing, they said I sounded good and everything else, but I always had that fear in the back of my head, like, what are other people going to think of my playing, right? What if I don't sound good? What if I mess up during the performance? For so many years, I did not solo. I did not take my time to express myself in my music, right? And I knew how to lay down the rhythm and everything else, but I would not actually be confident enough in my own abilities to express myself. And I see, looking back on that, that was a big mistake, right? Because we all have a part to play. And that's one of the things that I think is really cool about jazz, right? Is when you see a bunch of people come together, they'll play a melody, right? They know the song, but then they'll each take turns passing off to each other to essentially express themselves, right? Everybody has a part. So, first the guitar player will go, then the bass player, then the drums, and everything else, right? And so we have to understand, I think that this is a good metaphor for life, right? When we are teaming up with other people and we're collaborating, we all have a part to play, right? We are not going to be doing our best if we're so self-conscious in our abilities that we don't actually let our light shine, right? That we don't actually perform when it's time to. And so we got to make sure that we are not in our heads and we're in the moment, essentially, right? And so that's what I've come to learn over the course of a few years playing now in my life, that we all have a part to play, right? When we look at any type of music, whether it be, symphony, whether it be rock, whether it be anything, right? Any type of genre, there's a part to play for each musician. And it's the same thing when we collaborate in teams, on projects, at work, in our communities, right? We can all be contributing our skills and do the best that we can to put our abilities to good use, right? And so that's what we got to do in life. Sorry, I got a goofy husky distracting me right now. But we got to do our best, right? And we got to make sure that we are not hindering ourselves by not utilizing our skills in the best way possible. And even if, say we could look back and say, oh, I could have done better, I could have done this differently and stuff. No, a lot of times that's just all in your head. And if you ask other people who were listening and tuning into what you were doing, they were like, yeah, you did a great job. And so, we just need to be confident in our abilities, confident in our skills, confident in what we can do, right? Making sure that we're just putting out our best into the world. And when we do team up, we collaborate, we do our part, we put our best foot forward, and there's beautiful music to be played, right? So that's pretty much all I wanted to say here. Just a quick little message. I'm feeling good right now, walking with my dog, and had a great night and looking forward to playing again. And I just wanted to get on here and encourage you all to play your part. Use your skills, use your abilities, use your talents to be a part of the symphony of life, right? And put your best out into the world. And when you do that, you'll reap the rewards, you'll reap the benefits, and you'll feel good in the process, right? So my full love to you guys. I hope that made sense. And until next time, we will talk soon. Take care.